Hey everybody, Greg Rice. We're here in the bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And I wanted to give you an update on evictions, right? Evictions are turning and burning once again. The courts are open. Tenants are getting evicted sometimes, okay? And the way it's working is this. We send out our 5-day demand letter, okay? After 5 days, the tenant has not paid, we file a case in district court. We go to district court typically within 2 weeks. Okay, the constable serves the tenant a summons to appear and we show up. Now at this hearing, traditionally, we could maneuver different types of arrangements depending on what the tenant's looking for, what our homeowner's looking for, and figure out a compromise of sorts. Recently, owners have been saying, I don't want this tenant, have them move out. Okay, so we go to court for that non-payment case. And the owner just wants possession. You don't even want the money. She don't even want the money. They just want possession. But the courts have been saying, well, is this the first eviction in the last 6 months? Yeah, it is. Because the tenant just had 18 months of rent relief. And they paid, via rent relief. And now this is their first month paying. And they haven't paid. Right? Had 18 months of free money. The first month that they have to pay, where's the money? They don't have it, right? So the owner's like, get them out. Bad news. But the court's saying, well, this is their first eviction in the last 6 months. You need to work out a payment plan. You need to give the tenant the right and the option to cure that non-payment case. And to me, I don't like that. That's terrible. They just had almost 2 years of rent payments, some of these tenants. And they missed the first payment that's due on their own, and I have to keep them and give them a chance to cure? Come on, right? I don't get too upset often, right? This is very upsetting, totally upsetting. What type of precedent are we setting? We can't get people out of our houses after we just gave them 2 years? So beware. If it's the second time in 6 months, then you're getting a little bit more leniency from the court because they say, okay, this tenant dropped the ball more than once now. It's time to get him out. So just want you to know that if you're thinking about getting that tenant out, do a termination of tenancy case instead of a non-payment case. You'll have a little bit more leverage. Who knows what could happen, but at least a termination of tenancy, the goal is possession in and of itself. A non-payment case, the goal is money. So that's the difference. Second update is that finally court costs can be added to the payment plan. Okay, starting January 3rd, I think it is, January 2nd, first week of January of 2023, you can recover most of your attorney's court costs in that payment plan if you work one out. So the way it works now is we're getting money that's owed for past due rent, and we're able to add $140 for court costs, but we can't add the attorney's fee, which is $300, $400, $500 sometimes. So you're going to be able to add that back into that stipulation agreement for the tenant to pay you back. And that's how it was. That's how it used to be up until COVID. And then Governor Raimondo at the time ceased that just because people were dealing with loss of jobs, loss of money. That would add, another expense into their account. So they got rid of that, but now we're bringing it back full boat. And that's the first week of January. So just to recap again, if you want somebody out, terminate their tenancy. And number two, if you do want them to stay, you just want your money back, you can add in those court costs and attorney's fees starting in January. Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket, your property and your eviction managed.